Ladies and gentlemen, broadcasting to you live inside DPAT's laboratory at Barangay in the city of Ordaneta, the province of Pangasinan, the Republic of the Philippines. This is your host, Don Patrick D. Paraguilar, also the racer, a martial producer, and director all at once in one package. Proudly bringing you another live Tamiya Mini 4-wheel drive racing action on a run and gun Wednesday afternoon, right here in our continuing coverage of our live stream on YouTube of DPAT's Tamiya League Stock Motor Conference Season 2. Yush! Hello mga kadipat and good afternoon to all who are watching this video log right now, and for those who will be watching anytime, of course, welcome to our another Run and Gun Wednesday live streaming here on my YouTube channel, DPAT TV, Don Patrick Aguilar, in close parenthesis, of course, yours truly, Don Patrick DPAT Aguilar, proudly bringing you another live Tamiya Mini 4-wheel drive action in this Run and Gun Wednesday afternoon, right here on DTL SMC Season 2, as we take a look here of our, at our track layout, being displayed here. At yan nga po yung ano natin, yung track layout natin for the whole month of October 2025. And yun nga, nasa ano na tayo, nasa ating race day number 3 of 9, going one-third of the entire month for October 2025. And we have 7 cars to be played for today's Run and Gun Wednesday afternoon. And before we proceed to that, magkaroon muna tayo ng, what do you call this? Before we proceed, syempre, gunitain natin, let's take ourselves to memory lane, because of the tragedy happened last 16 years ago. That was in 2009, exactly 16 years ago, when a super typhoon named Pepeng in local terms, in local names in the Philippines, the typhoon Pepeng roughly dismantled yung ating talagang sinalanta tayo nung bagyong Pepeng, at saka yun nga nagkaroon ng malawakang pagbaha during that time. Matinding trahedya yung nangyari sa atin noon. Yung bagyong Pepeng na yon, yung Pepeng, siya, parang nag-recurve, parang nag-recurve siya, parang nagkaroon ng Fujiwara effect with Ondoy, last 2009, September 26, Ondoy, and then October 8, exactly 16 years ago, si Pepeng naman, after the Ondoy. So matindi yung mga naging pinsalang inabot natin, yun, lalo na yung malawakang pagbaha na dinulot ng sabay-sabay na pagbukas ng gates ng San Roque Dam. Yun. Sa panic na rin. Yan. Sabihin, yung ibang mga detalye, they are just rest. All the rest are history already. So, kalipat before we proceed, happy birthday today to Tita Rosie Servito. Happy birthday today. Also to the late Charito Herodias. Yan. To the late Auntie Chit, Charito Herodias. Yeah, today, October 8. Okay. Kaya sinabi ko na the late, kung ano na po kasi. Alright, so as we proceed with our race day number 3, we'll take a quick recap of October 6, 2025 happened last Monday. In our previous edition, we got Papa Rocha, Zeta, Ferreira, Cosmo Atomica, T-Mac, Avatari, and Stargate played it out. And in those after those 7 races in the single round robin, no tiebreaker pace needed. There was no tiebreaker pace happen because evenly distributed. Nagkatabla-tabla man sa points, total points na score. Kahit papano na ayos na mabuti na dala through win over the other. Number of wins, just like in the case of the Twin Aero Avantes, who topped the charts after 21 races in the single round robin. The Twin Aero Avantes, T-Mac, Avatari, and Avatari tied on top with identical 8 points apiece, but due to pareho silang tabla, but due to the number of wins, Avatari got the upper hand against T-Mac Avatari. 3 wins against 2. So therefore, Avatari got the higher seed on top seed. Second seed to Timac Avatari, and on the other end, Pereira in solo third, finished solo third with 6 points total. And the fourth and final slot went to uh, it was actually a four-way tie between Zeta, Paparoch, Cosmo Atomica, and Stargate. But eventually, Stargate and Paparoch got no wins scored. Walang napanalo na kahit anong laro. So, parehong tabla. So, isang talo, limang tabla din na Paparoch sa Stargate. So, na-boot out kaagad. Na-boot out kaagad sila. And yun, number 6 si Stargate, number 7 si Paparoch ng ulilat. Yung erstwhile champion at that time, si Papa Roach, nalagay sa dead last. Then si Stargate, number 6. And then, yung 4 and 5, tinagtalunan ni na Zeta at Cosmo Atomica, but it was settled through a win over the other rule, with Zeta winning over Cosmo Atomica in the duel, in race number 12 actually. So, kanina ko lang po napanood yung recap sa YouTube. So, ang nangyari, si Zeta ang nanalo sa duelo nila ni Cosmo Atomica, therefore thereby making Zeta the fourth and final semi-finalist entering the playoff rounds. And in the final four matchups, Avatari versus Zeta, then Timac Avatari versus Ferreira. And it happened to be Timac Avatari and Zeta went on beating their respective opponents and went on to the championship race, while the losers went to the race for third. It was Ferreira versus Avatari in a race for the bronze, and an unfortunate incident, nag-set shutdown, biglang nag-shutdown si Ferreira dun sa race for third ni Avatari, and yung si Avatari nagtuloy-tuloy hanggang matapos ang 6 laps. There were no re-races actually, so walang naging re-race. Hindi kinailangan ng re-race, mabilis pong natapos yung ating coverage. Hindi inabot ng 1.5, almost 1.5, pero hindi inabot yung talagang sagad na 90 minutes. So, may mga 2 or 3 minutes pang natira from the allotted time. So, yan. So, ang nanalo si Avatari with its first aggregate points scored this month of October 2025, while Timac Avatari got its first 3 points upon defeating Zeta in their championship race. And again, Zeta for the second straight race day, Zeta got another second place finish, making it a total of 4 points, leading the charts on aggregate scoring this month with a total of 4. Tigalawa, parehong talo sa championship race. At yung si Timac Avatari, nag-champion, o siya yung defending champion coming into today's race day. Ang tawag dito? First 3 points on aggregate. So yung sinapaparot sa Timac Avatari tied at second with 1 championship apiece, beating the same opponent against the same opponent in Zeta. Zeta with a total of 4 points, leading the pack as of the moment. And then sina Ferreira at Avatari naman, yun yung may point. Yung may 1 point apiece, finishing third. Para yung mga third place finishers. So, sila pa lang yung nakascore for them. As of the moment, sila pa lang yung mga nakapagtala ng points this month. So, without further ado, let's now proceed right away with our race number 1. Alright, so as we move forward to the race day number 3, the third race day of the scheduled 9 race day months of October 2025 here on DTL SMC. And without further ado, let's proceed right away with our race number 1. Let's feature first. Okay, so I have to put on my flash. It's simply because it's a little bit dark. So I have put on some lights. Parang yung team song natin ngayong buwan, yung All of the Lights by Kanye West. You know? Yun yung team song natin ngayong buwan na ito. Alright, race number 1 right away to proceed with our race day number 3 of 9 in our Run and Gun Wednesday afternoon here on DCL SMC. Race number 1 will now feature Ferreira taking on Cosmo Atomica. So in our race number 1, it's going to be Ferreira starting at lane 1, and Cosmo Atomica will start at lane 2 once again. It's Ferreira at lane 1 or the blue lane, and Cosmo Atomica will be starting at the red lane or lane 2. On my right, actually. If I'm facing there on your right, on the right of your screen, I'm facing to the right of your screen. It's on my right, lane 2. On my left is lane 1. Alright, mga kalipat, mga kalitir, at mga katamiya, ladies and gentlemen, this is your host here, Don Patrick Gipat Aguilar, rocking the Mini 4-Wheel Drive Philippine Cup t-shirt brought to us by the Brickyard Makati. Ayan, shout out as well to the Brickyard Makati in all of the 3 branches of the Brickyard in Makati, in Vertis North Quezon City, and at Manila Bay, in Pasay, somewhere in Pasay, I think. Pasay or Paranaque. Alright. So without further ado, let's now proceed right away with our third race day of October 2025 here on DTL SNC Season 2 with this race number 1. Ready, set, bye. Okay. Inconclusive. Inconclusive, sabay kasi sila. Sorry, start. Reset tayo ulit. Ready, set, bye. Good. Final indicator. Good. Final lap. Winner. Okay. Cosmo Atomica with a good start after beating Ferreira in our race number 1. Alright. Magandang simula. Good start for Cosmo Atomica to kick off our Run and Gun Wednesday afternoon here on DCL SNC. So rematch na sila ni semifinals rematch ang mangyayari between Team Avatari and Ferreira. Pereira, biglang Emba. Inconclusive kasi nung una Nung una start kasi, inconclusive dahil sabay silang sabay silang na course out. So hindi natin malaman doon kung sino ang first course out kung sakaling tabla. Okay. Race number 2. Race number 2 will now feature Avatari taking on the comebacking Stargek replacing the injured Archera Myrtle. Unfortunately, yung last araw ko na Archera Myrtle, nabasagan ako ng chassis, ng MA chassis. Nabasag po dun sa may gandang kaliwang roller niya. So, yun, hindi ko na may babalik. Unfortunately, I don't have any replacement for the broken mainframe, monocoque mainframe of MA chassis. So, that's why Archera Myrtle is out for the rest of this season. Out for the rest of the season. So, pansamantala, itong si Stargate muna ang pansamantalang hahalili or to replace the temporary replacement for Archera Myrtle in this race day. Alright, in our race number 2 against Avatari, Stargate will be starting at lane 1 and Avatari will start at lane 2. So, that's contrast to what your respective colors are. It's going to be at the blue lane or lane 1, that's Stargate, and at the red lane or lane 2, it's Avatari having those starting lanes in this race number 2. Ready, set, bye. Patay, hit na, take off, draw, drawing. Wala. Draw. Para. Draw. It was actually a draw simply because there wasn't a hit. Umimbang na rin kasi si Stargate bago matamaan si Avatari. So therefore, it's a draw between Avatari and Stargate with Avatari coursing out first. So dito yan. Last course out si Stargate kaya siya lalaro kay Cosmo Atomica later on. So, first course out, Avatari. Draw po yun. Draw. Wala namang medyo may umimbang na rin kasi si Stargate bago niya madikitan si Avatari. So, that is considered a draw. Race number 3, right away. It's going to be Zeta taking on Unicosmos rather. The comebacking Unicosmos taking on Zeta. So again, a race between the champion of the month awardees for this year, for this season. Race number 3, wherein Zeta will start at lane 1, Unicosmos at lane 2. Again, Unicosmos will be starting at lane 1 and Zeta starting at lane 2, lane 1. Zeta starting at lane 1, Unicosmos starting at lane 2 rather. Alright, race number 3. Ready, set, right. Yeah. Okay. Antique. Tosi. Ay. Dogin. Unicosmos per CO. So, siya yung lalaro kay Avatari sa race 6. Bakit? Hindi ko... Ay, oo, hindi ko nalagyan. Nakalimutan kong ikabit pala. Patay. May nakalimutan ako ikabit yung Zeta pala. Oo. I forgot to put a ring on it. Nakalimutan ko lagyan pala na sisig. Kaya pala bakit nagkalas. Sayang, ganda pa naman ng tatlo. Doon pa na kasi. Okay. Nakalimutan ko lang lagyan na ng screw. Irig. Ala na, ulyanin ng lolo nyo. Medyo napupurol na yung memorya ng lolo nyo. Dorog. Nani. 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 Ay, hindi, si Unicosmos first course out. First course out si Unicosmos pala. Zeta first CO. Race number 4. Race number 4 right away. It's going to be T-Mac Avatari taking on Ferreira. So that's a rematch from the previous semifinals. And in this matchup, it's going to be T-Mac Avatari starting at lane 2, Ferreira at lane 1. So that's contrast to, that's opposite to their respective colors. In our race number 4, it's going to be T-Mac Avatari starting at the red lane or lane 2, and Ferreira will be starting at the blue lane or lane 1 in this race. Number 4. Ready, set, bye. Welcome back. Draw. Okay. Drop. T-Mac Avatari, Ferreira ended in a draw. Alright. Officials timeout. Yung last course out si T-Mac. Yan. Finals kagad. Oy! Finals rematch na tayo kagad in our race number 7 later on. Meron natin yung finals rematch kagad sa ating race number 7. Okay. T-Mac, Ferreira, draw. First course out, Ferreira. Okay. Bite and sip. All right. Race number 5. Race number 5 will now feature Cosmo Atomica taking on Stargate. All right. For our race number 5, Cosmo Atomica taking on Stargate, and in this matchup, Cosmo Atomica will be starting at lane 1, Stargate at lane 2. Again, Stargate starting at lane 2, Cosmo Atomica starting at lane 1 in this race number 5. Ready, set, bye. Good. Good. Penultimate lap. Final lap. Still good. Okay. Bingo. Touchdown. Cosmo Atomica winner. Alright. Doon, buti na lang. Naitapat ko doon. Winner, Cosmo Atomica. 2 wins. Cosmo Atomica now has a couple of victories to start off its campaign in the single round robin this run and gun Wednesday afternoon. Next, race number 6. Race number 6 right away will now feature Avatari taking on Unicosmos. Avatari versus Unicosmos, this is two of the 3 backstop entries of Dipan Aguilar. Whenever I race on tour, ito yung dalawa sa tatlo kong car entry, the other being Team Avatari, the defending champion. Alright. So in race number 6, it's going to be Avatari starting at lane 2, Unicosmos at lane 1. Again, it's Avatari starting at the red lane or lane 2. And Unicosmos will be starting at the blue lane or lane 1. So that's opposite to what they're that's opposite to their respective colors here in this race number 6. Ready, set, bye. Penultimate lap, final na yung angels, and good. Final lap. Okay. Avatari winner. Alright. Avatari won over Unicosmos. Unicosmos was just too fast for good. Too fast for its own good, rather. Winner. Winner ang harap. Avatari won. Avatari won. Next, race number 7 will feature right away our rematch from the previous championship race featuring Team Avatari versus Zeta. So this is the rematch of the previous championship race last Monday. And for this race number 7, of course, speaking of 7, that's my the birthday. That's actually the birthday of my ultimate crush and my ultimate love of my life, Martel Sarasa, in 2 months. In around 2 months from now. A little less 2 months from now, guys. Alright, so in our race number 7, we got here Team Avatari taking on Zeta, and in this championship race rematch, it's going to be Team Avatari starting at lane 1, Zeta at lane 2. Again, Team Avatari starting at lane 1, Zeta starting at lane 2, in this rematch from the previous championship race in race number 7. Ready, set, bye. Blocking. Block. Draw game. Biglang bumili si T-Mac ngayon Draw game. Loser. Tapos na. T-Mac na nga harap yan Unicosmos. Tapos yung Twin Cosmosonic maghaharap din yan. First score South, Zeta. First score South, Zeta. Next, race number 8. Race number 8 will now feature. Okay, let's try it. Okay. Race number 8 will now feature Ferreira taking on Stargek. Ferreira versus Stargek for our race number 8. And in this matchup, Ferreira will be starting at lane 2. Stargek this time starting at lane 1. Again, Stargek will be starting at lane 1 and Ferreira starting at lane 2 in this race number 8. Ready, set, bye. Good. Tasik. Final line changer. Oh, that's good. Final lap. Aha. Winner. Nice. Ang gandang hapulan sana sa first half ng 6 laps na yon. That was a good chase down. That was a good car chase in the race in the first half of race number 8. But unfortunately, Stargek was just too fast for its own good and eventually losing this race against Ferreira. So therefore, Ferreira emerging victorious over Stargek. Alright, winner. Yung last course out pala. First course out, ito na. First course out na pala susunod. Yun. Okay. Yung nanonood, shout out. Thank you so much for watching DPAT's Tamiya League Season 2 of Stock Motor Conference. Welcome once again. So our continuing live stream coverage of DCL SMC Season 2. Who won it? Ferreira. Ferreira with its first win. Dalawang talo na si Stargate. Alright. Race number 9. Race number 9. Race number 9 will now feature Avatari versus Cosmo Atomica. Alright. It's Avatari taking on Cosmo Atomica in our race number 9. And for this matchup, that's going to be identical with the respective colors. It's going to be Avatari starting at the blue lane or lane 1. Cosmo Atomica will be starting at the red lane or lane 2. Once again, Avatari starting at lane 1. Cosmo Atomica starting at lane 2 in this race. Number 9. Ready, set, bye. Medyo kaina na. Medyo pabagal natin ano. Cosmo, yung pasabi. Good. Final lane changer. Okay, good. Pasok na pasok. Final lap. Let's see. Okay, off. Cosmo Atomica winner. Alright. Winner. Winner kay Ferreira. Ay, hindi. Tapos na yun. Tapos na si ano doon. Race Porter 3 match na sa race number 12. Ano na to? Race for the bronze medal race rematch yung ating race number 12. Kasi si Cosmo yun yung una eh. Yun yung unang assignment ni Cosmo si Avatari lost to Cosmo. So it's a split so far. Cosmo Atomica surprisingly hindi natumba. Alright. Race number 10. Another race between my backstock entries in our race number 12. Race number 10 rather. With T-Mac Avatari taking on Unicosmos. And in our race number 10, it's going to be T-Mac Avatari starting at lane 2. Unicosmos starting at lane 1. So that's opposite to their respective colors. Again, Unicosmos will be starting at the blue lane or lane 1. That's on my left. And on my right, at the red lane or lane 2, that's going to be the starting lane of T-Mac Avatari in this race number 10. Ready, set, bye. Pakyok pa. Rally. Boom! Okay. Good. Okay. Final finger. Still good. Final lap. Take off. Ayan. T-Mac Avatari finally winning 1 over Uni Cosmos. Alright. So, sir. Yan, tama yan. Tama yan. Race 13, Twin Cosmosonics. Ano, Cosmosonics rivalry sa race 13. That's good. T-Mac won at last against Uni Cosmos. Uni Cosmos, pareho ni Stargate, 2 talo na. Okay, race number 11. So si Stargate susunod na lalaban kay Avatari, ay kay T-Mac Avatari kung saka after kay Zeta. Kung ano man yung standing niya, winner or loser, yun. Ewan natin, tingnan natin mamaya. Alright, race number 11. Race number 11 will now feature the race between the two chassis machines, Zeta, the Big Spider, and Stargate, the Merlion Edition car kits. So it's the race between the Super 2 car kits in our race number 11. So I have to sit for a little while because they both have rotating switches. And for this matchup, it's going to be Zeta starting at lane 1, and Stargate will be starting at its own color at the red lane. That's lane 2 again. It's going to be Stargate starting at lane 2 and Zeta starting at lane 1 in this race. Number 11. Ready, set, fight. Good. First course off, Zeta. Final finger Stargate. Still good. Final lap. KO. Winner. Upset. Major upset. Stargate. Winner. Upset victory over Zeta for Stargate. Alright. What an upset. Zeta lost to Stargate. Aray ko. Una pang umembang. Ang ganda sana nila. Pwedeng race of the day candidate. That's a potential candidate for race of the day. Actually, that race number 11 that you have seen. With Stargate, with an upset victory against Zeta. Upon seeing Zeta coursing out first. Ano ba to? Ay, tapos na pala. Winner ito. Winner. O, di loser hihintay ni Zeta. Sino ba yung mga ibang nakalaban ni Zeta? Avatari or Ferreira? Not yet. O, loser. Antay niya dito, loser. Tama, winner pa rin. Tama pala. Okay. Ay, tapos na ba? Okay. Race 12. Alright, race number 12. Akala ko hindi ko pa namarkaan eh. Rematch from the previous race for third, ang ating race number 12, wherein Avatari will have a rematch against Ferreira in this race number 12. And it's another traditional rivalry of blue and red for our race number 12, wherein Avatari will start at the red lane or later, so that's opposite to the respective colors. That's contrast. That's contrasting colors here for their respective starting lanes. The blue lane or lane 1, that's going to be Ferreira's starting lane. And it's going to be Avatari starting at the red lane or lane 2 again. Ferreira at lane 1 and Avatari at lane 2 as their respective starting lanes in this rematch from the previous bronze medal race in this race number 12. Ready, set, fight! Sorry, still good? Good? Kung Reno pa, no kaya yun? Penultimate lap. That's final lane changer. Still good. That was just smooth. On to the final lap we go for Avatari to win it. Alright. That's it. Avatari remaining unfazed. Remaining unfazed against Ferreira. So prevailing over Ferreira is in their bronze medal race rematch was Avatari. Loser. Loser Ferreira. So siya yung lalaban kay Zeta mamaya. Avatari second win. Remaining assignments for Avatari, Zeta, and Timak Avatari. Ferreira's remaining assignments, Unicosmos and Zeta. Okay, dalawang talo na. Inom ulit. Okay, race number 13. It's a race between the twin Cosmosonics in race number 13 as Cosmo Atomica takes on its fellow Cosmosonic Unicosmos. Matchup of Cosmosonics, it's going to be Cosmo Atomica starting at lane 1, Unicosmos lane 2. Again, Cosmo Atomica starting at lane 1, Unicosmos starting at lane 2 in this race number 13. Ready, set, fight! Hinabol! Woohoo! Habol! Woo! Okay, take off. Winner! Cosmo winner! Ayun na, foul. First hit. Hit. Hit yung nangyari doon. Talagang collision course ang nangyari. Head-on collision, a head-on collision na under the lane changer happened on the during that race number 13, and eventually Cosmo Atomica won it over Unicosmos after that accident. All right. Ay, pareho nang tapos. Pareho nang tapos. Si Avatari kasi tinapos na niya yung kambal eh. So okay na. Maghihintay ngayon yan. Waiting. Sino yung mauna? Sino yung nahuli? Winner. Winner maghintay mauna. Lost to Cosmo. Undefeated pa rin si Cosmo. First hit. Okay. Next. Race number 14. Race number 14 will now feature the race between the limited edition car kits, the limited edition Era Abante T-Mac 2024 T-Mac Avatari going up against the limited edition Merlion edition Stargate. And in this matchup of limited edition car kits, it's going to be T-Mac Avatari starting at lane 2. And Stargate will be starting at lane 1, so that's again opposite to their respective colors. It's going to be the blue lane or lane 1 for Stargate, and the red lane or lane 2 for T-Mac Avatari being the respective starting lanes in this race. Number 14. Ready, set, fight! Good. Still good. Hello, open lap. Good. Final lap. Habugin! Habugin! Nakadugin pa. Aray ko po. Just when we thought Stargate was about to win this one against T-Mac Avatari, but to no avail at the final lap. Unfortunately, it was a course out or embang in the Philippines. Here in the Philippines, we call that embang. Embang, and in English, it's course out. Course out. Ayan. So at least you already know. At least you understand here in the Philippines. So for those who are watching, for all of our foreign foreign people watching this live stream right now, so I have to speak English as much as I can so that you can understand what is going on with our live stream. So in the Philippines, when we say imbang, or it means, of course, the car unforeseeably left the racetrack because of overspeeding. Simply because of overspeeding, that's the main reason behind that. No? Timac Avatari winner. All right, lucky win actually. It was actually a lucky win against Stargate. Stargate was just close on winning it, but that was just that was just a little bit too fast. Where is that? Winner, winner. Which are the remaining assignments for Cosmo and Avatari. There you go. And then yung loser, Unicosmos target, not yet. Okay. Good. Red. Stargate Red against Team Up. Race number 15. Okay. Race number 15, it's a race between the Let's and Go villains. Baksakide Let's and Go villains going at it with Zeta taking on Ferreira. Big Spider versus Broken Gigant for our race number 15. And in this matchup, it's going to be Zeta starting at lane 1, Ferreira at lane 2. So that's identical to its color, which is red. Again, Ferreira starting at the red lane or lane 2, and Zeta will be starting at the blue lane or lane 1. Alright, it's now time for our race number 15. Race 5. Abuti! Tapos yung magnum pang natin. Oh, steroid, pwede. Nag-ninja. Final ninja. Okay. Final lap. Pwede pa yan. Mag-stay naman sa lane, ayos lang. As long as it stays the lane, as long as it stays in its respective lane, that's okay. That's okay. Basta nakabalik sa sarili niyang lane, ayos lang yun. No problem. Kung ano siya, tumambling, bumagsak, ganun din. Akala nga natin embang pero nakabalik. Pero nakabalik, doon pa rin mismo sa lane na yon. Doon sa respective lane niya. Ferreira, winner over Zeta. Alright, winner yon. Panalo si Zeta ron. Zeta, dito. Pwede. Yan, tama yan. Yan talaga siya. Okay, race number 16 tayo. Green kay Ferreira. Last assignment for Ferreira will be against Stargate. Unicosmos rather. Zeta lost to Ferreira. Si Avatari at si Cosmo Atomica na lang yung hinahintay niya. Yun, last assignment niya si Cosmo. Tama yun kasi tumilang sikman pero nakabalik naman kaagad. So okay lang. At least nandun pa rin sa niya, yung talagang lane niya. Andun pa rin sa kanyang respective lane o designated lane. So it's alright. Pwede pa yun. Still going. Pwede pa. Nakabalik pa eh. Tumambling. Nag-gymnastics lang. Race number 16. Okay. Race number 16 right now. We got here Timac Avatari taking on Cosmo Atomica. Alright. For our race number 16, it's going to be Timac Avatari starting at lane 2. Cosmo Atomica starting at lane 1. Again, Cosmo Atomica starting at lane 1. Timac Avatari starting at lane 2. In our race number 16. Ready, set, die. Yan mga agad. Login. Login. Yun na naman. Same old story. Same old story na naman eh. Na-deja vu time and time again na naman tayo. No, yun. Then again, Ferreira, last assignment, target. So mag-antay dyan yung first course up. Ang remaining assignment ni Cosmo Atomica ay si ah Zeta. Zeta last assignment ni Cosmo. Tama yon. Team up, Cosmo. Draw. Pero ang first course out, team up. Okay. Okay. Draw pala. Cosmo, draw. Last assignment Cosmo, Zeta, Tima Kabatari, of course yung kambal niya. Yun yung last. Pereiras, target last. So si Unicosmos ang unang matatapos pala. Ay hindi, meron pa Ferreira. After nito si Ferreira pala next. Last five. Last five races. Stargate, Unicosmos next. Race number 17 na po tayo. Down to our last 5 races of our single round robin today. We got here Stargate taking on Unicosmos for our race number 17. And in this matchup, it's going to be Unicosmos starting at lane 1. Unicosmos starting at lane 2 rather. Stargate at lane 1. Again, it's Stargate starting at lane 1. Unicosmos starting at lane 2. Race number 17. Ready, set, fight. Aboy! Draw. Draw game. Tapos yung Magnum Tornado. Kinabos na naman po yung Magnum Tornado. Stargex last assignment, Ferreira, Unicosmos last assignment also, Ferreira din. Ferreira din ang last assignment. Pero ano yung nahuli doon sa 16? Cosmo, winner, loser. Ay, hindi rin. Wala na pala. Wala na pala. O yan. Yan ay sigurado. Yan lang ang sigurado. So, ang unang matatapos pala rito si ano? Ay, hindi pa. Wala pa. Ayan, tawag doon. Draw. Draw pala, no? Unicosmos, target, draw. Stargate, first course out. Ay, tapos na pala si Stargate. Tapos na pala si Stargate. Oh, last assignment na pala niya. So, ibig sabihin, si Unicosmos ang last kay Pereira pala. Ayun, good. Oh, yun. Yun pala eh. O, tapos si Avatar. O, tama. O, tama. 17. 18. Itong susunod. O, tapos 19. 19. 20, 21. Yun. Good. Walang problema pala. Tapos na pala si Stargate. So, that's a wrap for Stargate. With 1 win, 2 draws, 3 losses. 4 points lang. Not enough possible. That might not be enough later. Let's see. Okay, race number 18. Okay. Tama, si Stargate yung first course natin, tapos si Unicosmos, ano? Ano ba yung 17, Stargate yung lane 1, no? Course out, no, whatever. Okay? Race number 18. Okay. Race number 18 will na feature Zeta taking on Avatari. So, rematch ito ng semifinals ulit. Yung race number 18. Right. For our race number 18, rather, Zeta taking on Avatari. And in this matchup, Zeta will be starting at lane 2. Avatari starting at lane 1. Again, Avatari starting at its own color, which is the blue lane. That's lane 1. And it's going to be Zeta starting at the red lane or lane 2. Race number 18. Ready, set, bye. Aray ko. Nayari pa. Last 18 here. Penultimate lap, brother. Final lap. Sakto. Sakto. O, tama. Lane 1 si Avatari. Avatari winner over Zeta. Dito na yan. Tapos dito. Yan na yun. Last na yan. Tatlo. O, last na lahat yan. Tama-tama. Ayos. Ayos. Zeta lost to Avatari. Nabawian ni Avatari. Turog. Katatlo na. Twin Era Avantes going at it later in our race number 20. Alright. Race number 19. Right away, we got here Ferreira taking on Unicosmos. So it's the race between the Bracken Gigant and the Sonic. The ultimate Sonic, which is Cosmo Sonic. For now, yan ang ultimate na eh. Ultimate ngayon sa Sonic series ay ang Cosmo Sonic. Sa kabila naman, Great Magnum R sa Magnum. Alright. For our race number 19, it's going to be Ferreira starting at lane 1, Unicosmos lane 2. Again, Ferreira starting at lane 1, Unicosmos starting at lane 2 in this race number 19. Ready, set, fight. Good. Good. Habol. No hit. No hit. No foul. Walang foul yan. Walang slide snap. Penultimate lap. Final lap. Okay, medyo napisod pa. Alright. Ferreira wrapping up its campaign in a single round robin with a victory over Unicosmos. So malamang itong si Unicosmos, si Bak. Si Bak na yan. Malamang si Stargate kasi Unicosmos, si Bak na yan kasi ang konti lang ng production nila. Malamang si Bak yan. Ilan lang yung points niya? 2 points. Wala na. Laglag. Laglag si Unicosmos. Pwede na natin i-consider na laglag yan ni Unicosmos. Kasi 2 points lang, 2 draws lang, tapos 4 na talo. So, most likely, wala na. The Stargate, possible, wala na. So, abangan natin sa darating na next week after nung speed tech race natin sa SM Center Dagupan. Of course, before we proceed, shout out to MSR also sa BLT yan, kay na Boss Beach, Boss Abs, Boss Jim, Boss Raymond yan. Shout out sa inyo kay na Kuya Liam, kay Kuya Sunny de Guzman yan. Liam or Ernesto de Guzman. Yan, shout out sa inyo. Kita-kits tayo dyan sa linggo sa SM Center Dagupan on October 12. Speaking of October 12, advance happy birthday also to Kuya Click, Jefferson Misolas, yan, kaya Gigi Katunggal Peralta and Jocelyn Ordonez. Advance happy birthday on Sunday, October 12. Alright, so kita-kits tayo dun sa SM Center Dagupan. Penultimate race of our Run and Gun Wednesday afternoon here of our single round robin. It's going to be the race between the Twin Era Avantes, the limited edition T-Mac Avatari taking on the overall Era Avante Avatari. And in this battle of Twin Era Avantes, it's going to be T-Mac Avatari starting at lane 2, Avatari back at lane 1 again as its starting lane. Again, Avatari starting at lane 1 or the blue lane, and starting at the red lane or lane 2, that's T-Mac Avatari. The 20th and the penultimate race of our Run and Gun Wednesday single round robin today. Ready, set, fight! Magandang laban to. Parehong takbuhan lasing yung dalawa eh. Avatari with the pista. Okay, good. Penultimate lap, final in favor. Still good. Final lap. Touchdown. Mas mabagal na kasi Abatari yung paunang umembang aray po. Sumabit pa. Tapos. Team of Abatari closing out this single round robin with a victory against its fellow Aero Avante Abatari. And the final battle or the final race of the elimination round this run and gun Wednesday afternoon. We got here Zeta taking on Cosmo Atomica. And in this matchup, in this final matchup in our single round robin today, it's going to be Zeta starting at lane 1, Cosmo Atomica at lane 2. Again, Cosmo Atomica starting at lane 2, Zeta starting at lane 1 in this 21st and final race of the single round robin this Run and Gun Wednesday afternoon. Ready, set, bye. Oh, no hit. No hit, no hit. Draw game. Draw game. Draw game. Draw. So the single round robin will be ended in a draw between Zeta and Cosmo Atomica. So, with on that note, mga kadipat, mga kadetail at mga katamiya, ladies and gentlemen, that wraps up our 21 races of our single round robin for today's Run and Gun Wednesday edition of DTLSM Season 2. And sa ating pong pagbabalik, susunod na po kagad right away. We'll proceed right away with our playoff races. Unless there is a tiebreaker race needed, for the top 4. So let's tabulate first the final standings of the 7 cars played here. And of course, we'll proceed immediately with the semifinals races to be followed right away by race for third or race for the bronze and the championship race. All these and more Tamiya Mini 4-wheel drive racing action here on DTL SMC Season 2 sa ating pong pagbabalik. Alright mga ka-Dipat, ladies and gentlemen, mga ka-DTL at mga ka-Tamiya, once again, Don Patrick D. Paragular here bringing you back to the live continuing live coverage of DPAT's Tamiya League Stock Motor Conference Season 2 on DPAT TV, Don Patrick Aguilar on YouTube. So please like, follow, share, subscribe as I remind everyone that to please like, follow, share, subscribe to my YouTube channel DPAT TV, Don Patrick Aguilar for more of Tamiya Mini 4-wheel racing action, and of course streaming live of DTL SMC Season 2. And of course, for the upcoming DTL seasons, regular seasons, I think on Season 5 will begin on March, I guess. Sana, pagdating na March, pag nabalik yung Pro Stock, yun, mabalik natin yung regular season. Alright. At the end of our 21 races in the single round robin, we now have the official scorecards here. It's going to be Cosmo Atomica topping the charts with 4 wins and 2 draws, making it a total of 10, topping the list. So top seed siya, followed by T-Mac Avatari's 9-point output, 3 wins, 3 draws. Triple, a trio of draws and wins para kay T-Mac Avatari to to catapult itself to the final 4 round. Again, excuse me, my apologies. I'm having allergies on my nose, I guess. Alright, so T-Mac Avatari with 9 points total, making it the second seeded car going to the semifinals, followed by its fellow Aero Avante Avatari with a total of 3 wins, 1 draw, 3 losses. 2 losses, 3 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw, making it a total of 7 points. Also, Ferreira with identical 7 points. Ganun din, 3 wins, 1 loss, 2 draw. 1 draw, 2 losses pala. Pero yung isa sa dalawang talo ni Ferreira was against Avatari. So therefore, by a win over the other rule, Avatari got the 3rd seed against Ferreira. So Ferreira will be both of them will be entering the semifinals with Avatari relegated to the 3rd seed and Ferreira to the 4th seed. And 4th and final seed, that is. So unfortunately, Zeta, Stargeek, and Unicosmos were eliminated early on with Stargeek with 4 as number 5, Zeta with 3 as number 6, and Unicosmos dead last at 7th with only 2 points scored. 2 draws only and 4 losses. So, yan, marami siya naging loss. Wala na rin kay Cosmo Atomica, nagkaroon pa ng hit. Alright, so yun yung mga nangyari. So, ang final 4 natin, tapos na po. Diretso na po tayo right away. Rekta na po sa semifinals ng ating live coverage with Cosmo Atomica taking on Ferreira in our first semifinals matchup to be followed right away by semifinals number 2 between the twin Aero Avantes, T-Mac Avatari and Avatari, same ranking, number 2 against number 3 respectively. 1 versus 4 matchup is going to be Cosmo Atomica versus Ferreira. So yung ano na yun, Cosmo Atomica versus Ferreira, that's a repeat of race number 1 with Cosmo Atomica gaining the higher ranking this time around. Kanina kasi lower seeded si Cosmo sa race 1 against Ferreira. Ngayon, baliktad. Ang higher ranking ngayon si Cosmo. Alright, so without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, mga ka-Dipat, mga ka-Detail at mga ka-Tamiya, we'll proceed right away with our knockout stage featuring first semifinals race. The first semifinals race will be featuring Cosmo Atomica, the top-seeded car, taking on the 4th-seeded car, Ferreira. And in the semifinals, number 1, it's going to be Cosmo Atomica starting at lane 2, and Ferreira will be starting at lane 1. So parehas din pala. So that was the same as their previous meeting in our race number 1 today. Cosmo Atomica started at lane 2, Ferreira started at lane 1. So that's the same case here in our semifinals number. It happened to be the same simply because Ferreira is at the lower seed and Cosmo Atomica is at the higher seed this time. Pero it happened to be the same starting lane as earlier. So yun. So yun yung ano lang, history doon. Yan yung nangyari. Nagkataon na ganun pa rin ang kanilang respective starting. Pero ano to yung parang alternate. Following the proceed or carry over yung alternate starting lane going to semis. Pero wala dun yung tiebreaker. Hindi kasama ang tiebreaker sa alternate starting lane natin. Yun po yun. Basta ang coverage lang ng alternate starting lane, single round robin, and the playoff rounds. Meaning yung mga knockout stage races kaya na semi-final, race quarter, championship. Yun lang. So for this case, lane 2 ang higher seed, lane 1 ang lower seed. Nagkataon na ganun tayo. Parehas pa rin dyan na starting lane. Alright mga kadipat, ladies and gentlemen, mga kadetail at mga katamiya, once again, you're still watching DTL SMC Season 2, our continuing coverage of this exciting Tamiya Mini Four Wheeler Racing Action live stream on YouTube channel, D@TV. Alright, so mga kadipat, so ladies and gentlemen, mga kadipat, mga kadetail at mga katamiya, here now is our semi-finals, number 1. Ready, set, fight! Wow! That was amazingly fast! That's a tough competition right there at the penultimate lap. Oh, unfortunate. Final lap. Okay. Winner! Wow! Woo-hoo-hoo! Did you see that coming? Sabay ka na. Did you see that coming? Grabe yung habulan mga kadipat sa first 4 laps of the race, but unfortunately at the final 2 laps, the penultimate and the final lap, last 2 laps actually, wait lang. At the penultimate lap and the final lap, unfortunate nga lang for Cosmo Atomica, biglang umimbang. So, umimbang sa penultimate lap, habol pa sana eh. Habol pa sana yun, but unfortunately, Cosmo Atomica was just too fast for its own good. Biglang na overspeed. Ayun, kinapos yung Magnum Tornado. And eventually, Pereira cruising to the finish line with ease. And eventually winning this semi-finals race against Cosmo Atomica. So Ferreira will be coming into our championship race upon beating Cosmo Atomica. Cosmo Atomica will be at the race for third or race for the bronze later on. Grabe! Grabe yung semi-final na yun. Ibang klase. Grabe. Alright, semi-finals number 2 na po tayo right away between the second-seeded car T-Mac Avatari against its fellow Aero Avante Avatari. 2 versus 3 matchup na natin sa ating tawag dito. Sa ating semi-finals number 2. And in this matchup, it's going to be T-Mac Avatari starting at lane 1. And si Avatari starting at lane 2. Reverse naman ngayon. Kanina kasi same starting lane, nagkataon na ganun din. But this time, dahil race number 20, so repeat ito ng race number 20 kanina, itong kambal ng Aero Avante. Si T-Mac Avatari this time starting at lane 1, Avatari will be starting at lane 2. So kanina kasi lane 2 si T-Mac Avatari, ngayon baliktad. Exchanging starting lane sila this time. Alright. Alawin ko na lang kasi parehong AR eh. Nakasara yung makina. Alright mga kadipat, ladies and gentlemen, mga ka-DCL at mga ka-Tamiya, here now is our semi-finals number 2. Ready, set, bye. Hindi makabataw yung quick start. Mahabol pa kaya? Penultimate lap. Final lap. Winner. Okay. Lasing. Takbuang lasing. Takbuang lasing. Wow! kahit pa paano nagtino pa rin yung takbo ni T-Mac Avatari kahit mas mabilis. Hamak naman talaga mas mabilis yung Era Abante T-Mac kumpara sa original Era Abante. Simply because Era Abante T-Mac may daya eh. Super hard kagad yung naka-include sa limited edition kit na 1,000 mahigit. 1,000 mahigit tong car kit na to eh. Kaya dapat asset. Asset talaga. Kailangan alagaan mo ang gusto. Alright, so after that semifinals number 2, T-Mac Avatari coming back to the championship race, keeping its championship defense alive. Alright, keeping its title defense alive. This time against Ferreira. So, defending its crown against Ferreira this time itong si T-Mac Avatari. Later on. Alright. So, for our race for third right away, we got here, ano ba to? 2 versus 4 na naman pala, no? Ang championship, tapos 1 versus 3 yung yung race for third. Alright, race for third or race for the bronze na po tayo kagad. Cosmo Atomica top seeded car versus third seeded car Avatari. So, race for third ito. Race for third. Sa ating race for third, Cosmo Atomica will be starting at lane 2 again. And Avatari will be starting at lane 1 this time. So that's identical to their respective colors. Actually, blue lane for Avatari and red lane for Cosmo Atomica as their respective starting lanes in this race for the bronze or bronze medal race. That is. Alright. Alugin ko na lang kasi naka-enclose yung makina. Hindi na natin magamitan ng driver's brake. Shout out ulit kay Boss Beats, Bernardi Guzman. Shout out. Yan na po yung driver's brake eh. Ayun, napakinabangan tuloy. Since then, napakinabangan na. Ilinisan ko na kasi mabagal eh. Yan. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, mga ka-dipas, mga ka-details, mga ka-Tamiya, for those watching around the world on our live stream here, okay, let's brace ourselves now for our race for the bronze in our Run and Gun Wednesday edition today on DTL SMC Season 2, this October 8, 2025. First to make 6 laps. Ready, set, bye! Oh, take off. Nagpasan. Tapos agad. Wala pang isang lap. Wala pang isang lap. Tapos agad. Tokoy. Sumuko bigla si Cosmo eh. Palibasa, lane 2 siya. Papunta pa lang lane 1 si biglang nasa lubong. Oh, tama na. Suko na ako. Parang sabi. Biglang nag-concede. Grabe mga kadipat. What a turn of events right there. What a twist in the story. Sabay ka na. What a twist. What an unpredictable twist in that story. Napaka-unpredictable ka ng Dipats Tamilig. Ano po. Ayun. Biglang nag-looper sa dulo. Hindi pa nag-umpisa yung race for 10. Wala na. May sumuko na. Grabe. Wow. So, an unexpected ending happened in our race for the bronze with Avatari winning over Cosmo Atomica by hit. Yan. So, nakatama kasi si Cosmo Atomica. So, therefore, Avatari will be winning this, retaining its third place finish. So, that's back-to-back third place finishes to start off October 2025 here on DTL SMC Season 2. Now having a total of 2 points. 2 aggregate points this month. Wow! Grabe, saglit lang. Saglit lang. Shortest, fastest time, 2 seconds. Fastest time, 1.5 second lang pala. Isa't kalahati segundo lang inabot. That's the shortest in DTL history. Ay, grabe. Alright, mga kadipat, mga kadetail at mga katamiya, and ladies and gentlemen, once again, we are now in our championship race. Alright, so championship race na po tayo. T-Mac Avatari second seeded car going up against fourth seeded car Ferreira for our championship race today. Alright, so sa ating championship race, It's going to be Pereira starting at lane 1, Team Avatari at lane... hindi. Pareho pala. Identical din pala with their respective colors ang ating starting lane ng mga auto. Team Avatari starting at the blue lane or lane 1 and Pereira will be starting at lane 2 pala. Lane 2 or red lane. Again, Pereira starting at lane 2 or the red lane. Team Avatari starting at the blue lane or lane 1. Yung si T-Mac, lilinisin ko, pero yung si Pereira, dudumihan ko dahil matalbo masyado. Pero yung si T-Mac, kailangan ko linisin. Pati yung skid bar. Medyo narurumihan na rin yung skid bar niya. Alright mga ka-atipat, mga ka-detail at mga ka-Tamiya, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble here in this championship race to culminate our Run and Gun Wednesday festivities today on DTL SMC Season 2 this October 8, 2025. First to make 6 laps. Ready, set, bye. Ayan na yung laban. Good. Habol. Lare. Ay, sabit. Penalty next lap. Final lane danger. Good. Final lap. Yare. Wrong decision. Wrong decision ginawa ni ginawa natin kay Team Avatari. Pero ang maganda lang doon, leading na siya sa aggregate points. Ang maganda lang nito, Team Avatari now leading the aggregate scoring this month of October 2025 after 3 race days. At the end of this race day, Team Avatari now has the lead despite scoring only 2, despite losing to Ferreira in the championship race. By the way, Ferreira being the newly crowned champion for today's edition of DTL SMC Season 2 upon beating the erstwhile champion Team Avatari. Despite on the other end, Team Avatari, despite losing this championship race, being dethroned by Ferreira, Team Avatari will now lead the aggregate scoring with a 1-point edge over Zeta, 5 against 4. So that's 5 against 4 in favor of Team Avatari at the end of this race day. Okay, mamaya-maya papaliwanag po natin yan before we close out this live stream. Okay. So mamaya na natin i-display. I-display ko na lang po doon sana. Ipopost ko na lang po sa Facebook page DPATS Tamiya League. Kung ano po yung mga auto na naging podium finishers for today. Excuse me. I'm having, let's just say, medyo under the weather rin ako. Kahit pa paano. Na-allergic lang kasi kaya biglang nagkakasipon. Na-allergic kasi. Mahirap kasi may malaking butas ng ilong. Madaling pasukan ng lamok. Durug! Nani! Nani! Sabay nagpatawa. Ganyan pa talaga yun. Ganyan talagang DPATS Tamiya League. Siyempre, entertainment. Sports entertainment tayo eh. Dapat lang talaga meron tayong mga pakwela. Kwela-kwela rin pag may time. Ang pangit naman kung sabihin kasalanan maging masaya, di ba? Alright. So at the end of our race day for today, recapping this Run and Gun Wednesday edition. Again, we got Team Avatari, Zeta Avatari, Ferreira, Cosmo Atomica, Stargate, and Unicosmos battled it out. And after 21 races in the single round robin, final forecast was set with Cosmo Atomica as top seed, Team Avatari as second seed, Avatari as third seed, and Ferreira as fourth seed. So sa semifinals po natin, Cosmo Atomica versus Ferreira was the first semifinals matchup. So that's 1 versus 4, the repeat of race number 1. And repeat of race number 20 in our race number 2 of semifinals, wherein Team Avatari went up against its fellow Aero Avante Avatari, and eventually Ferreira and Team Avatari battled it out in our championship race, while Avatari and Cosmo Atomica battled raced against each other in the race for the bronze, in the bronze medal race. And in that race for third, it went out to be Abatari winning over Cosmo Atomica upon seeing upon conceding early. Actually, that's one of the strangest things happened in the history of the Pats Tamiya League since 2020. Since the pandemic, actually, since the COVID-19 pandemic, actually, we started the Pats Tamiya League. May 6, 2020. Doon po tayo nagsimula ng D-Pats Tamiya League po natin. Buti na lang nga po ay meron akong mga racetrack. Tapos throughout the years, nakapag-establish ako ng mga straights, mga patalon, jumps, dragon back, bouncing straight, DG straight, buti na lang. Alright. So, yun yung nangyari. Okay. So, race for third, nanalo si Abatari by a hit. Ayun, nag-concede early. Maagang nag-concede doon si Cosmo Atomica. Sinalubong si Abatari. Inawat na. Sige, panalo ka na. Parang ganun. Parang ganun yung sinabi ni Cosmo kaya Abatari. Sa'yo pa rin ang corona sa third. Sige. Babawian na lang kita next time. Parang ganun. No? Alright. Ako, kinaption ko lang I'm just captioning what happened in that race for third. So, nevertheless, Abatari remaining at third place at the end of this race day. And in the championship race, after the championship race, we got a new champion in Ferreira upon beating Team Abatari. Maganda sanang habulan yun. But unfortunately, at the final 2 laps, Team Abatari was unable to manage stability right there. And para makasabay kay Ferreira and eventually Ferreira cruised to the finish line with ease and Ferreira being crowned the new champion for today's edition of DTL SMC Season 2. So, mga podium finishes po natin. Ferreira as champion, second placer Team Abatari, and third placer Abatari. Alright. So that wraps up our live coverage here on DTL SMC Season 2 this October 8, 2025. And once again, Don Patrick D. Patagala here for now signing off. Thanking you so much to all who watched and whoever will watch anytime on our live coverages of DTL SMC Season 2 every Monday. And Wednesday, of course, regular schedule pa rin tayo on our earlier time slot at 4 p.m. sharp. Alas 4 na po ng hapon tayo simula noong Lunes sa ating DTL SMC Season 2 live na po so that I can give more time to prepare for the upcoming races every weekend, any given weekend actually, whether Saturday or Sunday. For this weekend, it's going to be Sunday, Speed Tech category. Yan. So, shout out to sa mga nakakalaro ko dyan sa SM Center Dagupan. Yan, shout out sa inyo. See you at SM Center Dagupan on Sunday, October 12 for the Speed Tech Racing event right there. Alright. So, once again, I remind everyone to stay safe and healthy, avoid negative vices, especially drugs and all other negativities around you, and protect yourselves from all those negativities at all times and at all costs as well. And once again, Don Patrick D. Paraguila here, leaving you a pleasant Run and Gun Wednesday afternoon to all of you. And as always, to God be all the glory and honor. Never forget to pray always. And to God be all the glory and honor. God bless all of us. God bless our beloved Maharlika nation. And God bless the entire world and all of us Filipinos across the globe. And like I always remind each and every true Filipino across the globe, love the Philippines no matter what the crisis. Mahalin po natin ang Pilipinas at sama-sama po tayong bumangon malit. Ipakita at ipagmalaki sa buong mundo. We should be proud to say to the world that we are true Filipinos, tayo ay Pilipino. Isigaw ng malakas ang ating panalo. Shout out our victory to the world. Taos puso with all our hearts. At taas noo, holding our heads high. Kahit kanino at sa mga manlulupig, hindi tayo pasisiil. Lakad matatag, anumang delubyo ang dumaan. So once again, this has been another presentation of another live Tamiya Mini 4-wheel drive racing action here on D-Pats Tamiya League Stock Motor Conference Season 2 being streamed live on D-Pat TV and close parenthesis Don Patrick Aguilar on YouTube. And of course, please like, follow, share, and subscribe to that YouTube channel. Of course, as well as the other social media platforms at D-Pat Tamiya League on TikTok and D-Pats Tamiya League on Facebook, and 2 other Facebook pages, An Evening with D-Pat Aguilar and of course D-Pat Aguilar. Once again, Yours truly here, Don Patrick T. Paraguay, saying, Shokran, to Sentak. God bless always, everyone.